Hello, everyone. Man, today we're supposed to be coming on here and talking about how absolutely horrid the defense is and how Jalen Phillips blew a chance to win this game. But then, of course, our fearless leader, our starting quarterback, QB1, had to go and open his mouth. And now we get to talk about him. Miami Dolphins fans, welcome back to the show. This is the 305 Gridiron. If you didn't already know, that would be a weird thing not to know. Let's tune into this random show. We, of course, are here.
Sometimes that's how you find good gems.
That's true. We, of course, are here talking Miami Dolphins football, which is a really bad year to choose to start a Miami Dolphins podcast because we're 6 weeks into the season and we're 1-5. not the start we were hoping for. Let's say hello to our boys Jorge in the chat, and of course Abel is back as well. Welcome back, gentlemen. Sorry for having to push the show a day, but Josh kind of ran out of power and he didn't have enough juice in his legs to keep the bike going at the same time as
the hamster wheel got old real quick.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you got it going long enough to keep the fridge up. All right, so we're obviously here to talk about our reactions to the Chargers-Dolphins, another heartbreaking loss. I feel like this is the third one of these because I feel like we could have had the Patriots, we could have had the Panthers, and now we could have had the Chargers. And we're talking about a much, much different story to this season if we are 4-2 than now 1-5. Of course, the division leader Patriots are 4-2, and the
dude, don't even get me started on that shit, please.
The Buffalo Bills are 4-2. Mm-hmm. It's interesting, dude. This season has been interesting to not tilt where I'm going to go with this right away. But so, of course, let's just talk about what happened. All right, the Dolphins against the Chargers, we came into this game thinking, hey, this could be a surprise win for us. I think the Chargers are beat up. We play good enough ball on offense right now that we could put up 27 points. That's exactly what you and I both said. We could put up 27 points, right? And what was the key to winning? The defense held them to 24 points.
Yeah.
We didn't hold them to 24 points.
We sure didn't.
In fact, we did until 36 seconds left in the game. Mm-hmm. And then we didn't anymore.
This was a tough one. I think for me, and this is not recency bias because we're a couple days removed thanks to the storm that hit me. I'm sorry that we couldn't go live yesterday, but this one was tough because of all of the context that this game had. Tua versus Herbert. Can we turn this around? Can the offense look like even a quasi, competitive offense? Can the defense turn things around? And for stretches of this game, the answer was yes, right? The answer was, oh shit, okay, cool. For 59 minutes, the answer was yes.
Yeah,
I mean, with pockets of, oh, there they are, right? I mean, that's what this game was. It was, oh, shit, hey, look, we might be, oh, nope, there they are. Oh, shit, we might be, oh, nope, just kidding, there they are again.
Just to comment on that quick, because I do the same thing. Obviously, we're in a text chain the whole game.
Always.
And I think we're so jaded by this offense that anytime our offense doesn't score, it's like, get them out of here. Fire them. We're done.
Blow the whole thing up.
Especially how often the defense puts us in a bad way. I honestly thought when at the beginning of the third quarter, the Chargers come out and they're down at halftime, right? We were up, what was the score? 14-10, 13-10?
Something like that, yeah. 13.
Whatever
is what it was.
So we're up at halftime. We come out, and in the third quarter, the defense gives up an immediate score. So now we're down. Offense goes 3 and out. Great job, guys. And then the defense gives up another score. So we're immediately down by 2 scores just minutes into the third. And I think I text you like, why am I even going to watch the rest of the game like we know how this one ends, right?
Yeah.
Thankfully, I was wrong.
Yeah, and that's what that's what was really cool to see, because what was the one thing we've been talking about all season, other than the defense is garbage, Mike McDaniel can't figure things. I mean, there's a lot that we talk about.
We're talking about Tua as not a winner,
right? And he hasn't had many game-winning drives, right? Where is the game? Where is the statement win, which is something we said regularly on the last show, on the preview show for this. And I mean, honestly, we got the ball back. There was 8 minutes left in the game. They consume all but 59 seconds of those 8 minutes and change drive. Was it 12 or 13 play, 86 something yard drive for a touchdown, right? Draw the clock out. I'm like, okay, hey, we believe in momentum. Hey, this is momentum, right? Maybe we can carry this to, nope, just kidding. The defense goes out, or the special teams unit goes out.
Special teams first, and then defense.
Instead of our special teams unit kicking the squib kick like they did on the previous play, which was awesome, right? Where it hits in the zone and then rolls out. So they have to start at the 20. We kick it to them normally and they run it out to the 40. And you're like, okay, well, that was an interesting decision. And then the next play is a 43-yard rip to, magic
versus
move.
Trader.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, okay, this game's over, because there's no fucking way, right? There's no way this is this isn't going to happen to us again, is it? And sure as shit, it happens to us again.
Yeah, McConkey sure made Dante Trader, whatever his first name is, Trader Jr. look like a rookie. That's for sure. Like the one thing I want to say is that, yes, Tua had 3 interceptions on the stat sheet, but the first interception of the game is solely on Waddle. You got to catch that ball. Yeah. And then the third one is essentially a Hail Mary interception. It was a stupid throw and but that would have been a desperation play no matter which way you looked at it. Tua doesn't have the arm to throw it 70 yards downfield. So then they try some trickery. The defense says, okay, we'll take your trickery and we'll intercept it, and they almost go for a pick six. I don't even care about that final play of the game. The defense is what tilted me at that point. The offense shouldn't even have had to come back out in the field. They had their game-winning drive, right?
They did what they were supposed to, and the defense this is solely, it's not even close to being a question. This loss is solely on Weaver and that defense.
And I truly meant what I said in the previous to the intro coming on. I mean, if Tua doesn't open his mouth in that press conference, we are not mentioning his name in a negative fashion at all in this one.
Zero. Absolutely not.
I mean, he carried the offense, something we've been asking him to do. It looked great. We're head to head. He would have been 3-1 against Justin Herbert if they win this game, if the defense can hold up.
Yeah, and I will say that last play, I know he doesn't have the arm to throw the Hail Mary. I fully get it, but our lovely coach decided, of all of the fast main weapons we have on this team, Waddle, Achane, even Ollie Gordon, we're going to throw it to Nick Westbrook and Achane. That's what we're going to do.
How is that the best option?
That's what we're going to do. Hey, guys, they won't even see it coming. That's the choice, right? I don't know, man.
Coaching in this one left a lot to be desired, too. We're going to get to your guys' comments in just a sec. I just want to talk a little bit about, because we're going to get into key takeaways, too. This is our instant reaction segment. If you're new here, welcome. I see a few new names.
Yes,
in the chat.
So do I. Yes.
So every reaction show, we just do our instant raw reactions. We get it out there. It's 5 to 10 minutes where we can just, there's no set topic. We just go back and forth.
Yeah, and normally, which are on Mondays, the day after the game. Unfortunately, had a big storm hit, and it's out of power for 11 hours.
Yeah, and then we'll get into key takeaways where it's more defined. But coaching, I mean, I wasn't going to have a lot to say about McDaniel other than the constant throws behind the line of scrimmage, which I absolutely cannot stand. But we saw it kind of work. We saw the Chargers kind of falling for that, and the offense was clicking better than it did the week prior against the Panthers. So I was like, okay, whatever. Just eat the fact that we're still doing these stupid plays that waste time because we got it done.
Yeah.
But then again, Tua comes out after the game and shows an immense lack of leadership, and that goes back to coaching, right?
It does.
There's just so many signs of weakness in this coaching staff that it drives me absolutely batty that there hasn't even been whispers of them being fired. In fact, we hear the opposite coming from the insiders like Schefter and Rappaport, who are No, in fact, Stephen Ross just wants to give them a chance. He likes this coach. He wants to
really likes the vibe. And I'm like, shut up, dude.
He wants to see him turn it around. Bro, he didn't turn it around at all last year. What makes you think he's going to do it this year? Like, oh my God, it's pain inducing.
Yeah, for me,
sitting there watching that.
Yeah, one of the big things for me that is just genuinely frustrating me throughout this season is the fact that you can tell there's a genuine disconnect between this coaching staff and its players.
Yeah.
A few other key media people on their podcasts and in their blogs and stuff have said it. Kyle Krabs being one of them, but there are a few. Constantly, every single post-game press conference, I think, except for the first one. So from week 2 to present, a player has come out and said something that differs than what the coach says from some things along the lines of, oh, well, yeah, honestly, these guys like I think it was Bradley Chubb, week 3 or something like that, or week 4, said something along the lines of, yeah, these guys they really need to lock in and we need to stop the nonsense. And then coach was asked the same question afterwards and said something, oh, the guys are doing great. They're all locked in. They're all,
and we saw that again.
There's such a disconnect. Everyone's showing up late. Nobody's coming to the press. Nobody's coming to the player only things. We gotta hold people to a higher standard. And then coach comes out. Our head coach comes out and is asked the same question. Hey, what do you think about Tua's comments? I don't know. They do what I ask them to do. It's like, all right, dude. Like
he did. So to his defense, this press conference the next because he went on right after Tua, and I guess he probably wasn't listening to Tua's interview. Yeah. So the next day he comes on and they ask him about it again. He goes, well, now that I've had a chance to actually look at it, he's like, Tua probably shouldn't have said that, right? Yeah, like, of course. And McDaniel, I do think he recovered nicely there. Actually answered questions instead of the like a freaking first grader asking him what he wants for lunch. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But
we need to get to this chat, bro.
Let's get to the chat. There's so many things we need to talk about. I'm scrolling all the way back up. All right.
Yes, we're gonna hit every single one of them.
We'll get you all. Oh man, hoping you feel better. So Frozen Fin Fan says he's had a mouth procedure. He can't speak, so he's living vicariously through us. Right
Dangerous proposition there, buddy.
Blake, welcome back. Or Black Guy. What's good? I don't know what to say either, man. I feel like every week we don't know what to say, but we have a lot to say. So,
which is the irony in this whole thing, right?
Yeah. This game pissed. Frozen Fin says this game pissed me off more than any other game this season. Yeah. Agreed, man.
Yeah, this one hit different.
I think the Panthers one may have pissed me off a little bit more, to be honest, because it's the Panthers. But then they beat the Cowboys this week too. So what are you going to do? Rico Daddle season, finding new ways to lose.
So
2025 Dolphins. There it is, baby. There it is. Welcome to the show, Greg Sosa.
Hey.
Sosa?
Sosa?
Might be Sosa.
Sosa?
I don't recognize the name. If you've been here before, I apologize, but I don't think you have. So we need to trade Chubb, Phillips, Fitzpatrick, Sealer while we can, and we need capital and new management. We have been saying this for a few weeks now.
Yes, we have.
We need Grier out, because he's not going to trade his guys.
No. We've said it. We've said it so many times. We need to make this. Look, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We need to clean house. Right, we need to start over. We're in year 7 of this rebuild. It's not working. It's time to tear this thing down to the studs. And it starts at the GM with the head coach, the defensive coordinator, and then so on down the hill. And what we need to do, and you and I have said this until we're blue in the face, Anthony, on this show, is that we need to make this team as attractive as possible from a cap standpoint and a draft capital standpoint. And that starts. It needs to start now because there's only 3.5-ish weeks left in the before the trade deadline. We need to start moving pieces if we're going to tear this thing down, which is a whole nother if.
Yeah, and I think you have the 2024 draft class, you have the 2025 draft class. I think there's good pieces in there to work with for whoever comes in next, and then get some. Yeah, like get rid of these guys. You can get rid of Chubb, right? You can probably get rid of Phillips. You can get rid of any other enter name here guy who's probably not going to be part of the future of the Dolphins, and that's going to stink because there's a lot of Dolphins fans who are big fans of those guys. I totally get it. But if we're going through another rebuild, let's do it right this time.
Yeah, let's identify foundational pieces, keep them, and then build around them. Yeah.
Dave, welcome to the show, man. Fun fact, opponents have not punted once in the first half in 6 games.
Oh, that's a good stat.
Goodness gracious.
That's a good stat. Also, we are the league's worst team in the third quarter. So that tells you great adjustments by our head coaches coming out of the half.
Amazing. Frozen Fin Fan in his best Tua voice. Well, maybe if you guys were on time to content creator meetings. and shut up, Joe Shad too, who's like, because we all in the content creator space have been criticizing these reporters because they do not ask any tough questions and these freaking things. And then Joe Shad comes out saying that we're to blame because we don't know. These guys have families. Shut up and do your job, bro.
Get out of here, dude.
Ask some questions that aren't a lollipop question for once in your life. All right. Happy Evelyn, welcome to the show. Tua is a beautiful horse there as well. Tua is the least of the Finn's problems. Man, Evelyn, if you like horses, maybe you should be a Colts fan this year. I'm just saying. They're looking better.
League, right?
They are,
not even,
they are. Frozen, bye-bye Grier, step 2, end of season, bye-bye McD and Weaver. I'd be surprised if Weaver makes it that long, to be honest, but I am seeing that McD is probably going to get the full year. What's going to annoy me is if he gets more than the full year. That's where
I'd be okay with Grier and Weaver. I think Weaver is probably going to be the first of the 3 to lose his job.
Yeah.
I think Grier should be first. I see it in order of Weaver, Grier, and then McDaniel by the end of the year. Yes.
There it is.
Yes.
Like and subscribe. A lot of new people here, 12 people watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the 305 Gridiron. We're here every Monday and Wednesday. So like and subscribe. You'll get notified when we go live.
Really, for y'all that are new here and those that haven't yet or that are watching this later, it really does keep us going. It keeps the show live. Those likes and those subscribes really do make a difference.
Tua is not all the problems, but he's not the solution either. Agreed. Hard to picture a new GM and a head coach paired with Tua. So we've talked about his contract before. He has to be here next year.
Yes, he does.
But after that, we have an out. So I think that's perfect. One more year, you have the rookie sit behind him, and then you shift to the rookie.
As it should be.
In 2027.
You and I have talked about this quite a lot in the offseason, which is it's all about what can you do for me now, right? We remember, we're about the same age. We remember when rookies a la Aaron Rodgers got drafted, they sit for multiple years, right? Having Tua, which we have no choice. He's going to be on this team next year, whether we like it or not. If we were to say have a top 5 draft pick and we were to take one of the quarterbacks, which is a whole nother conversation because none of them are playing really well. He would then theoretically be able to sit for at least half a year, if not a full year behind Tua before he gets the reins.
Not really looking forward to finding a quarterback, by the way. It's incredibly difficult.
Yeah, heard Josh Allen might be available. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Jorge says, please get the GM. I mean, he's had 9 years and 3 coaches, and what do we have to show for
GM? He's been with this team for
25 years with the team, 9 as the GM, and you have nothing to show for it, and yet you still somehow have your job. This is insane. Yep. Again, Grier's really the one who should go first.
I'm sensing a theme here, fellas.
How do you keep the head? Yeah, you shouldn't keep the head coach. No. Let's not do that again. We did that with the last 2 coaches, right? Where we kept Grier. And we bring in Mike McDaniel is a head coach right now in the NFL because he was the only one who wanted this job. Let's be clear.
He was our 6th interview, I think, that year.
We were the only interview he took,
the
only interview he was offered, and nobody else wanted this job. So Mike McDaniel is a head coach because it was our only hope.
Yeah.
Scoring 24 and 27 the last 2 games without Tyreek in both games. Tua delivers the lead under 5 minutes. We should not be 0-2. Could not agree more. Tua has back-to-back games where he led the game-winning drive and the defense failed him. I mean, that's not on him.
No, this loss has nothing to do with Tua. It really doesn't.
If the defense can hold up the last 2 games, we're 3-3, and we're having a very different conversation right now.
Yep.
All right. Hold on. Oh no, it scrolled on me. Okay. Ross Grier, McNerd. I love it. McNerd and Weaver are a big problem. Yeah.
So what's troubling is that you just mentioned every single key front office person on this team. Yeah, big problems.
By the way, we've been Ross fans for a while. We're slowly, or not slowly, we're quickly.
I'm not.
It's deteriorating.
I am still a Ross guy, and I'm not going to waste time going over rehashing.
Well, you might be crazy then. All right, let's move on. Lo-Fi.
Yes.
Welcome back, Lo-Fi. Imagine the defense didn't hold the Chargers to, or did hold the Chargers to 5 field goals, or didn't. I'm sorry, because then the Chargers O-line and running back was 3rd string, and he still ran for 100+ on his BT dubs.
That's 2 weeks in a row, over almost 400 yards or something like that. I read.
Taylor, welcome back. Chat is popping off. Yeah, man, it's been absolutely amazing. We've been doing chat conversation for like 9 minutes now. It's awesome.
It's wonderful.
I just do this the whole show. I don't care. I said this last week, right? Like, I love Grant. We were talking up Grant. We liked Grant in the pre-draft process.
I still do.
I still like Grant. I did not like Grant at 13. The big hope when we were talking draft back in April was that we would trade back and then take Grant, not take Grant at 13.
Yeah, that was
no sense.
Yeah, I am very excited about Grant. I tend to be very graceful in the first year for any rookie, quarterback, offensive line. Maybe outside of Savaianaya because he's like historically bad this year. And, I don't know if that's going to be able to be turned around, but I give a lot of grace to rookies. But I will say this, I was banging the table for 3 specific players, 2 cornerbacks and a safety, all of which I think they're the top 3 rookies right
playing
now.
Well. Yeah. So. Well, and listen, I was sitting there in fantasy football being like, do I start Michael Pittman or DK Metcalf? Michael Pittman or D-Make? And I was like, I don't really want to play Pittman against Will Johnson, right? And then I did it anyways, and Pittman got shut down. Yeah. So it would be really nice to have that level of corner playing for us right now. Yo, so happy to have you. We'll be back tomorrow, by the way. So enjoy tonight and then come back tomorrow.
Yeah, every single Monday, every single Wednesday, and then in the off season we'll have constant shows rolling out.
He is acting differently, Jorge. I think this is a representation of the coach, though. The coach has given him confidence to be himself, but he's also taken on some of that silliness and goofiness of the coach that's now kind of made him comfortable and too comfortable, I think, in speaking his truth and not thinking about what he says before he says it.
I will say this, though. For me, you can tell Tua is frustrated. Right. It's not a good look for your franchise quarterback, right? Yeah. Because he should be able to compartmentalize the outside noise, all of the crap that's online, all of the stuff people are saying in the room, and just kind of focus on football. And the fact that he's coming out and doing shit like this, where spicy Tua is a good Tua, in my opinion, this is too much, right? You're acting like a child.
It's not leadership what he's doing right now. Ironically, he's calling it. I said this in our chat, and then a bunch of talking heads have said it since, and I always feel like I'm a step behind. But like Tua literally called himself out because he was calling out the leaders. You are one of the leaders. You are one of the captains. And then you're up there calling out teammates in a public space. That's not good leadership. Was really disappointed to see that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just go check out his tweets. You'll see what he said. Fun fact, we were 28th in yards per game, and some think our offense is good. The past 2 weeks, our offense has been good.
Yes, and on the broadcast, they said that we're number 2 in red zone efficiency and red zones, and number 3 in red zone scoring. So, yes, yards per game is a big thing, but scoring for me is more important.
Well, I mean, it's 27 points, 3 games this year. We won one of them. Crazy.
That's fair.
This is what I was saying actually earlier. Josh and I were talking about what we wanted to talk about in the show, and I was like, it's amazing to get the quotes from Ross about, or not the quotes from Ross, but the quotes about Ross liking McDaniel. And my response is exactly this. True Blazer, welcome to the show. He says, I was at the game Sunday. There's plenty of pockets of empty seats, and it's only going to get worse. That's the only thing that's going to make Ross do something, is when the fans stop showing up. And from what I understand, I'm not from Miami. I haven't been there in a very long time. There's plenty of stuff to do in Miami that's not Dolphins football.
I live in Connecticut. I'm originally from Miami, and yes, there is a lot to do.
Here's the stuff you were talking about. I think we're 3rd in the league in third down conversions and one of the top teams in the red zone. 75% TD conversion. I could not tell you how happy I was to see that touchdown to Darren Waller, not just for my fantasy teams either. It was pretty much not involved in this offense at all this week. I don't know what's happening.
Talk about that's criminal.
Tua help the guys? No, I don't think he does.
Well,
I don't think he does.
Yeah.
We're just talking about how he's childish, so he's not going to help the next guy up.
I don't know. We'll see. You might not have a choice.
You guys want to draft a QB? Look at Cam Ward in Tennessee. They have a bad roster. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not my favorite thing to be staring down right now.
No, and I talked to somebody at work about this who's a Jets fan, one of my good friends, Mike, at work, and he and I were talking because he's a Jets fan, so they're winless, right? So I was like, okay, let me ask you a question. Do you prefer to draft a quarterback and build around the quarterback, or build the team and then draft a quarterback that fits the team?
Yeah.
And we both agreed that getting a rookie quarterback into a already built team is probably the best case scenario, because if you don't, then you get something like Tennessee, just like Dave said, where Cam Ward at Tennessee is a shit show because he's got absolute hot garbage around him. Bad offensive line play, bad defense, bad running back, so on and so on.
You could say that. You saw that with CJ Stroud too, because they had the team around him as a rookie, and then he played so well, I guess they thought they didn't need to re-sign those guys. and like Laramie Tunsil leaves, and a bunch of other guys leave, and now they're not very good. The quarterbacks are so hard, man.
They really are. And honestly, you can take one. I mean, so many first round quarterbacks are busts, right? Yeah. And it's the random ones that you just don't see coming. So, kind of a lottery.
This is true. I mean, Riley Patterson, I love you, but I don't want to see you out in the field.
Right. Yeah, no thanks.
First miss of the year, too. That sucked, but it was like a 57-yarder. That's not on him.
I mean, yeah.
Phillips been one of my favorite defensive guys over the years, but injuries, it's sad to see Phillips potentially go, but it would be the best for his career in the Fins. Yeah. I mean, he missed the game-winning sack, dude. Like, we're going to talk about that a lot in this one, I think.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. 25.2 points per game in the last 5 games. Colts, we only scored 8. Definitely true. The offense has been scoring enough points to win football games.
And I wouldn't say offense is not the problem, because costly turnovers, whether they're Tua's fault or somebody else's, or a fumble or bad coaching where it's 3 and outs and the defense is playing most of the first half, like in the Colts game and in the second game or the first game against the Patriots. Those are the kind of things that I think the offense is the problem for.
Sorry, I was just reading the next comment. It's got me laughing. Fat Tua was my favorite too. I would buffet with that guy.
Yes.
I don't have anything to add to that.
Nope.
Look at the.
And that's it, fellas. We are done for the night. We're gonna stop at that comment.
This is so true, but like that's what I'm talking about, though, Taylor. A delusional Fin fan. Like people eviscerated the Giants for taking Jackson Dart. He's awful. His mom looks hotter than he does. Like, you heard it all, right? Like, my one friend texted me after he's a Giants fan and they drafted Dart. He's like, freaking Mrs. Dart has a stronger arm than this guy. That's a literal text he sent me.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I was a fan of Jackson Dart. I thought he needed to sit longer than he did. But, he's proven out his game,
though. Look at him and Scatterbo, dude. We knew Scatterbo was going to be good.
What a combo.
Yeah.
What a combo. Just gamers. 2 dudes that are psychos.
That's how you know we have no gamers. That's gamers right there.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, yeah. Embracing Tua's meeting commitment shows his lack of leadership. Teammates don't respect him, and Mikey has no control of this team. I agree with pretty much all these points, and we'll talk about this a lot more in our key takeaways, which we're going to get into. Thank you all so much for chatting it up. Keep it coming. We will get back to them the next time we have a break from our show topics. So let's get into our key takeaways, Josh. I'm going to throw it to you first. Key takeaway number 1, the coaching chaos and the meritocracy myth. Talk to me about this.
Yeah, we on paper have so much talent for us to be as bad as we are every single game, right? Mm-hmm. And we're not bad for whole games. We're bad in stretches of games. And some of those are key stretches of games, like coming out of the half, where you need to start strong. And we are the worst team in the NFL coming out of half, right? McDaniel's obsession, and this is something that for those of you that are regular listeners, I apologize for being a broken record when it comes to this very topic about Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel came in as this wonder kid, right? This run guru who was a play designing genius. And for the first couple of years, he was. I mean, look at 2023. We were one of the best teams. We were the best offense in football. And it was overly complex, but it was complex enough to cause chaos and cause confusion. The problem with McDaniel is it seems like he doesn't know how to adjust. He doesn't know how to fix or re-scheme when defenses, who also get paid very handsomely to do a job, figure out how to slow down, insert random play or insert random formation or scheme or whatever the case is. What McDaniel tends to do, or at least what it seems like he's doing, is he's doubling down on an overly complex offense with more complexity. He's like, I'm just going to outthink everyone. Sometimes you need to just dumb it down and put your 11 best people on the field and say, go beat the other team, right? And it's something that's super confusing to me, because you see instances, and we saw it in this game, where we're running the ball really well. Achane is carving up the Chargers defense in the pass game, in the run game, and then we just go away from it for no reason. They didn't stop it. We just stop. We stopped throwing to Waller. We stopped throwing to Waddle. We're throwing to Nick Westbrook-Ikine. We're running out. We're running a motion screen fake handoff to Ollie Gordon, who is our power back. Like it's shit like that just drives me up a wall.
It's all too cute. Every single week we're on here talking about how cute this offense tries to get, and they can't actually do anything fundamental. And if you don't agree or you're questioning that, just go look at the 2 drives we had in the third quarter. In fact, let me read them off to you. The first drive is after the Chargers ran down the field 13 plays, 72 yards. They took 7.5 minutes off the clock. We get the ball. We do a 1-yard run. We do a negative 4-yard pass. Nope, that's not incorrect. Negative 4-yard pass. And then Tua throws an interception. Guess what? Who the intended receiver was? Achane. Guess what it was? Another screen. 3 in a row. Absolutely ridiculous. And then Chargers get the ball, 4 plays, 37 yards, another touchdown. Now they're up 23-13. So time for our offense to come back, right? It's time to answer. Let's go. Yeah. Tua throws it incomplete to Waddle. Achane goes to the left tackle for no gain. Tua gets sacked for negative 8 yards. We punt 3 and out. Whew. Yeah. What a third quarter. Fantastic coaching, fantastic ball. I get so proud to be a Dolphins fan watching that shit. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, like it's frustrating. It's really frustrating because
we have one of the best running backs in the league.
Yeah.
And we're wasting his talent with shit calls time and time again. We're trying to get him killed. Tua throws him like 6 hospital balls a game. It's like, what is happening?
It's bad, dude. And I'm sorry. Like, I fully believe Waddle is a true number 1 wide receiver. I know you were on the fence. I don't know where you sit now after 2 really good games by Waddle. But even that, it's like you have a top 15 wide receiver at worst in Waddle in the league. You have a top 5 running back in Achane. And there are stretches of games where it's like you forget they're on the field.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about when we say sometimes, and in most cases, he gets too cute. My other thing that's insanely frustrating is that there seems to be no accountability for bad play. I understand you have injuries across the offensive line. I understand you have, issues on the defensive line. I understand, there's only so many running backs when you only have 2, right? I get it. But where's the accountability? I'm from an era where people get benched, whether it's for a single play, whether it's for a whole series, whether it's for a quarter or a half to prove a point.
Yeah.
And there's 0 of that on this team. And it's insanely frustrating because a little bit of accountability can change the dynamic of a room.
I mean, we just saw it in Arizona, right? Whose coach gets criticized probably as much, if not more than ours, for being just maybe not a good coach. But Amari DiMercato, right, last week, drops the ball before he gets into the end zone. Guess how many snaps he played this week? 0.
Yep.
Bam Knight got moved up from the practice squad to take his spot.
Yeah,
that's accountability.
Pretty fucking good game.
Yeah, and Bam Knight did a pretty good. Yeah. Listen, a lot of it to me too is Tua. Like, he used his first 2 years in the Mike McDaniel system. He was successful because he was able to throw it over the middle of the field.
Yes.
Year 3, defenses started playing 2 high safeties and covering the middle with the linebackers, and he has yet to figure that out. The only passes he completes are on the sideline or the Hail Mary ball or the little screen pass to Achane. That
breaks a big one. Yeah. I mean, and what kills me is that's his bread and butter, because you go and look over the last since 2023, he's leading the league in intermediate passing, meaning in between the numbers.
Yep.
From the 10 or 15 yard, from our 15-yard line to their 15-yard line. He leads the league in efficiency and completion percentage in the middle of the field. So what do teams do? They take it away. Now, where is Mike McDaniel's correction to that? There is none, because guess what we're still doing? We're running the same scheme and the same play with just additional screens and motions to try to confuse things, and it doesn't work.
No. I mean, you can see every time he throws over the middle, there's 4 linebackers just sitting there. Because why not?
The few times that they're not there, he doesn't even look at the middle of the field.
It's like the whole thing, like if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. If you have so much creativity, you have no creativity at this point. Like, you have no offense. And it's an incredibly frustrating thing. And speaking of coaching, what's Anthony Weaver doing out there? Because the defense, he doesn't play. I get it. He just calls the schemes, and I don't know defensive schemes enough to be like, oh yeah, this guy sucks, or the players suck. I know the players suck, right? We do not have a lot of names on this defense that you want to be like going out there and buying their jersey for, especially in the secondary. But my goodness, dude, are tackling fundamentals a part of any of these meetings or practices or any of that? Because we talked about in our preview show for this game that we needed to fix the tackling, and then we ended up losing the game on a missed tackle.
On a couple missed tackles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll talk about this more in tomorrow's show in the preview, because I did a little segment on tackling miss rates and percentages. So stay tuned. It's not good. I'll tell you that much.
I didn't realize takeaway 2 was Tua. I just went on a little Tua rant. Well, we'll talk about him in a sec. I do want to get to this here because this is what I was actually talking about before. You and I live up here in New York, Connecticut area too. This media would just eviscerate these guys.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah.
The Miami media is soft as hell compared to these guys. I mean, they would run them out of town already.
Yeah, it would be very ugly.
Yeah. Very ugly.
Yes. Yes, this last comment is, Jorge, this is something I've been preaching.
1,000%.
1,000%. This dude needs to focus. This dude being McDaniel needs to focus on the macro of this team as the head coach. He should not focus on the micro.
Or give it to Slowick if you're so worried about play calling.
Yes. I mean, like this, he can't do it. And he's shown it for 2 years now, 1.5 seasons, that he can't manage the team and everything that goes into being a head coach, which is a shitload of work. I am not downplaying the amount of work that a head coach has, but that's why you have an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And that's why you delegate. And he does not delegate really well.
No, he doesn't even know what that word means. He probably can't spell it. Neither can I. That's okay. I like McDaniels. I think he could be better than the team is showing. Grier set up the roster with no true captains at this point. I think any head coach would struggle right now. I would agree with you if this wasn't year 4.
Yeah.
But I feel like we've had enough.
Yeah, it's tough because, yes, Grier is the one that picks the groceries and McDaniel's the one that cooks the food and all of the other analogies. But McDaniel has been here long enough and has enough clout in this organization, clearly because he still has a job, to have his fingerprints all across this team, in my opinion, at least.
I mean, he's handpicked every backup quarterback we've had on this roster, and none of them have been any good.
And including staying with Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's a whole nother. We did a whole show on that.
Yeah. We had such high hopes for Weaver, and I don't truly know if it's him that stinks or just the talent we have, but it's not looking good. He's probably going to lose his job.
I mean, look, we have a putrid secondary, and that is hard to come back from. It really is.
End of 2023, the NFL clarified a wide receiver could not move north before the snap in motion. 24. Yeah. I mean, that rule does feel purposely targeted at us, doesn't it?
It kind of does. Yeah. But yet the tush push is a thing that can still happen. But yeah.
Right. 4 times in a row. I'm happy they got smacked by the Giants.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. A lot of there's a trend here. Goodbye, Grier.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It did skirt the rules. You're not wrong. You're not supposed to move towards the line of scrimmage before the snap, and then they just that's a good point. Delusional. Yeah. Jonah's not playing well. Yeah, he's our rookie left guard for those who don't know who he's talking about, and he's been
historically bad.
Yeah. He's moved from right guard to left guard for we're still confused by this move, and he just hasn't been good.
But again, and I might be one of the very few, I give rookies grace. Look,
that doesn't mean you can't call him out for playing like shit.
No, and he is playing like shit, right? Yeah. But I mean, the question could be, why did you move him? Do you let him play through and learn on the job, or do you take him out, potentially ruining a little bit of his confidence so that he can learn in practice? And I honestly don't know which way I would go. I don't know which way I would lean on that. That's a hard decision.
Think about how fooled we were. The offensive line was looking good, and the D line was playing. And 2023 was a thing of beauty for the Dolphins till the end of the year, till December.
Yep. Yeah, one thing that I have to continuously remind myself when I get frustrated with how this team is playing is that and I've said this a lot too, and so have you, Anthony. Mm-hmm. This team went from the 3rd oldest team in the league last year, and in one off season, we're now the 5th youngest team in the NFL. That is a shitload of turnover and quite a lot of young people that are still figuring out how to play football. And where I am not giving anyone a pass by any stretch, because look, you make money, you're a professional, figure it the fuck out. Sealer, for example, who had back-to-back 10 sack back-to-back.
I think it was 2.
Went from having true veterans next to him in Wilkins and Campbell, thank you, to having to in game before the ball is snapped coach 2 rookies that are next to him, right? And that's hard because that prevents him from being able to digest things before the snap. So there's a lot of little like nuances that go in. And Dirk, Frozen Fin fan, he's got an O-line background, right? So maybe he can when he can actually speak, maybe he can chime in and let us know, how do we fix Jonah, because it's not good.
Which, truthfully, every time you say that, all I think about is like how bad the coaching is then.
Yes,
because if you went from an old veteran team to a young team, and the team was playing well as the older veterans, and they're not playing well as the younger, that just means your coaching is bad.
Yeah,
right?
and in a year where everyone is on the hot seat, and it is clear that that's just
this has felt like a short leash year since day one. Since the letter that Stephen Ross sent out to the fans, like the minute after we lost to the Jets in week 18, to the weird press conference with Grier and McDaniel sitting there looking like lost puppy dogs. Like the whole thing has felt so weird. Like we're not gonna accept the status quo, yet we're 1-5. Like this whole thing has felt just icky. We spent no money in the offseason, which made us feel like Grier was probably hampered or handcuffed or something. It's been a very, very weird 2025.
Do you blame Ross for handcuffing him after the stupid ass contract extensions he gave out to Ramsey and Bradley Chubb to Chubb and everything? This is hilarious, by the way.
All right, let's move on. We're running out of time.
Yeah,
we're fine.
We're ranting.
Takeaway number 2, we kind of already went into a little bit, so let's talk a little bit more about it. The Tua regression is real, and it's real bad. Despite 2 back-to-back performances where the stats were decent by the end of the game, the plays on the field are being missed heavily. And these are wide open guys that he's missing on a regular basis at this point. I think 3 games in a row now where it's either a wide open Waller or a wide open what the hell's the receiver's name?
Waddle
or a wide open Waddle. And
even Malik, right? Who Tua seems to have some kind of like,
look who found us.
Hey,
sorry to cut you off.
No, holy shit. Guess who's back, baby? What's up, buddy?
Blast from the past. What's up, True Fin fan? Thanks for finding us, dude. Welcome in.
We've missed you.
Yeah, we have. We talk about you kind of regularly, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of an obsession at this point. Anyways,
sorry. Onto your point.
The fact that it's tough, man. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? And I'm not saying that Tua is dead in the water, right?
Yeah.
He might. This might be a candidate for one of those. When Tua goes to another team, he might flourish, right? I could see, or McDaniel, when he goes and coaches another team, takes a year as an offensive coordinator, then gets maybe another head coaching job, he will be better for it. But the regression for Tua is real, and it's across the board, in my opinion, right? From his decision-making to his accuracy, to his propensity to lock onto his targets, for the way he reacts when something does not go the right way. I would say the only thing that Tua hasn't regressed in is his scrambling ability or lack thereof, but he still does it. And now he seemingly knows how to slide, even if he's not going to get the first down. Instead of lunging forward and risking concussion number 438, he slides and lives to play another play, which is great. His fundamentals, his footwork, his shoulder alignment is awful.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened to him, because what is Tua known for? Accuracy, throwing the ball with timing. And to your point, overthrowing a wide open Waddle, overthrowing multiple times. I mean, I don't think there was a player on screen other than Waller on some of those like 5 and outs, and just sailed it over his head. And you could see Waller was getting frustrated after it, and I don't blame him.
How do you miss that guy? He's a giant. It's like Andre the Giant is lining up on the outside there.
Yeah, and what's really hard is that I'm a Tua guy, and I still, in my heart, it's so tacky, right? And I'm so sorry to be.
Everybody's used to you being the tacky one now. It's
right.
Okay.
And that's fine. Hey, you know what? I wear that with pride. But I'm a Tua. I still am in my heart. I'm still a Tua. I just want him so desperately to succeed, but it's just from his pinnacle in 2023, his pinnacle of as an NFL quarterback.
Yeah,
it's just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. And is it talent? Is it bad offensive line play? You can't equate it to that, because he hasn't had a good offensive line his whole fucking career.
No.
Right?
I think I'm done with him, because there's just too many signs of he got paid and he's been done.
Yeah, it's
just
crazy, dude.
I mean, he got paid at the end of 2023 or preseason 2024, and he's had now one bad year last year, and he missed multiple games again because he doesn't know how to slide. And then he's coming into this year and he's playing pretty poorly again. And just the attitude that we see at the mic, I think Taylor has mentioned this quite a few times in our group chat. It's like, why are they so sassy towards everybody? why are they acting as if everybody's attacking them constantly? Yeah. Is it because you suck and you suck, so you can do nothing but get defensive? Like, I haven't seen a guy who has grown as a leader. I haven't seen a guy who has grown as a player. So, like, just the complete lack of growth on top of the regression. I'm just done. Like, that's it. Like, maybe a change of scenery will help him. But I'm more in line with Lo-Fi in the chat saying that this is the end for him. I think unless he's willing to go somewhere and be a backup and ride the pine like Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold did.
Yeah. But at this point, that's what it's going to take. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's not going to go, at least I don't think he will. Maybe a team like, Carolina or something. I don't know. But like,
I don't know who's paying him to be a starter again.
I don't either. And he's going to have to prove it. Right.
And I don't know that he'll do it.
It's really shitty for a player that I was actually kind of excited about coming out of Alabama. I don't know if I would have taken him. If I was in charge, I'd like to think that I would have taken him over Justin Herbert, but I don't know. I would have taken the more physically talented player, right, in Justin Herbert. But I don't know, man. It's really sad because I have multiples of his jersey. I have signed autograph things. You can see them. Well, not right now, but they're on the wall. I'm a huge fan of Tua. Right. I have a signed rookie card. And I really love the way he used to approach the game. Yeah. Right. How he was a family guy and how he was real kind of down to earth and wasn't this cocky prick who thought his shit didn't stink. But I'll tell you, I'm not a fan of what we're seeing this year.
What he's become. He's become a monster. I mean, like, I don't know if it's money gone to his head, the frustration of being just absolute shit team for the past 2 years, or I don't know what it is. Like, yeah, you get criticized. You're the starting quarterback who has a 3-13 record against teams with a winning record. So
what did you expect? You haven't won a playoff game.
Right. You haven't won shit. Yeah. What kind of treatment, like what kind of respect do you think you have earned to where the fact that you expect the media not to ask you any hard questions? And by the way, you're in the softest media freaking city in the entire NFL.
One of them, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Like, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, go play in LA. It doesn't. I mean, that's the only other place where I could feel like it might be softer. It's crazy. It's crazy, and like to the point here, anything in 2 seconds, and that's it. Xavier Howard called out earlier this year. Other corners have come out and said the same thing. Like, if you, at least the current day Tua, if you take away current day Tua's first read, it's just panic mode.
Yep.
And we weren't seeing that in 2023. 2023 Tua was going through.
He got to like a lot of the time. A lot of his plays came with the second and third read.
Yeah, you would watch the Brian Baldinger breakdowns and the Kurt Warner breakdowns, and they would be like, "Hey, Tua gets all of his reads, doesn't like any of them, comes back to the first one." Like, he was getting through all of them. Now he can't get past one.
It's terrifying.
He's just playing scared. I mean, I think it may have been Taylor that said before that Callahan lost his job because he was playing scared. Tua's going to lose his job for the same reason.
100%.
Yeah. Let's get to our last takeaway, then we'll get back to the chat because you guys are freaking awesome tonight.
Yeah, this is amazing. This might be the best chat night of the podcast.
Easy.
Hands down.
By a long shot. If you're not subscribed and you haven't liked it, please do. It's free for you, and it helps us out a tremendous amount. We have a goal of hitting 75 subscribers by November 11th, I think it is.
Yep.
Which will be our third, 3-month mark?
3-month mark, and we're close. Yeah. We're close. I think we're at 60 right now.
We were at 61 when we started the show tonight.
Perfect.
So we need 14 more to hit our goal. So if you're not subscribed, please do. That'd be awesome. I hate to be that guy on YouTube. It's like, hey, please subscribe to me, but it really helps us. Takeaway number 3. There are still bright spots on this team. We've scored 27 points 3 times this year. You don't do that without some talent.
Yes.
Off the top of my head, Rasul Douglas has been playing great on defense.
Yes.
Jalen Phillips actually gets to the pass rusher. He just can't tackle him. He looks like rookie season Chop Robinson out there. Chop Robinson, when given the opportunity, still looks fantastic. This is the biggest reason that Anthony Weaver should be fired, which we haven't mentioned yet, is not having Chop in there every single down. I don't care about your rotation.
Yeah, and especially when you like play all 3 of them with Sealer. I mean, I get, and play an odd front. I don't know. Weaver needs to figure out a way to get him more than 28% of the snap counts.
I'm just going to name all the guys who I think are playing well, and then I'll jump it to you for analysis or if you disagree with any of them. But I think Achane's playing really well.
Yes.
I see here that you think Waddle's playing like a 1. I still think Waddle's playing like a 2, but at least he's playing well. I will say he's playing well. My biggest problem with Waddle is that every time he makes a play, he comes off the field. So I mean,
well, that's not on him, right? I mean,
that is on him. He takes himself out of the game after every play.
Players can't take themselves out of games, especially ones
what are you
like
talking about? They take themselves out of the game all the time. They just walk to the sideline.
I fully believe that's a coaching decision.
No, I fully believe it's Waddle saying that I'm hurt after every time he makes a catch and coming off the field. Like, I'm sorry. We disagree, guys. If you're new here on Jalen Waddle, I think he's nothing more than a 2 in this league. Heavily. And I think I'll have the fan vote on that one, to be honest with you.
Well, hey.
Who else is playing well?
We have quite a lot of people in the chat.
Yeah.
You tell us. Look at that. It's like
Waddle 1 or 2?
Yes, is Waddle. All you got to do is put 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I got to figure out how to do polls.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you do polls? We'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah, no, I think you hit it out of the park, right? I'm not really sure there's much to add outside of Waddle is a true number 1, but that's, you're wrong. That's okay.
I know I'm right. It's okay. You don't have to keep battling it. It's fine.
I'm holding on, man. Honestly, Achane is the one of the single bright spots on this team. He is a monster, and I'm terrified that he's going to be in another jersey next year. I really am.
Who is that?
Achane.
Well, he's on a rookie deal still. Why would we move him?
I thought this was in 2 years. Sorry, in 2 years.
Okay.
I love Achane. I think Achane he's good in every single phase. He's gotten better at blocking.
Yep.
I think Minka is playing out of his mind right now and doing everything he possibly can to try to help. Unfortunately, he came back 2 seasons too late to the Miami Dolphins, and came back to the same situation that he left in, just with a different coach. And other than that, I think the only other person that I would like to give a shout out to who I think could be, not is, but could be a potential foundational piece that might be kept in a full teardown, is Ollie Gordon. I think he's a perfect complement to Achane. I don't think you could make up a better player to complement what Achane is for this team. And Malik Washington, he's had some down plays this year, but man, he stepped up in some other games. He's a smaller receiver that he plays like he's 6'2". It's been really kind of fun to watch him flourish. So where you're trying to find silver linings and you're trying to find bright spots in what is a very frustratingly down year as a Dolphins fan, I have to force myself to say, okay, look, we're not going anywhere this year. So let me watch these games and try to find positivity so that at least I don't want to 100% jump off a bridge wearing my Dolphins jersey.
True Fin Fan says Achane's our version of Marshall Faulk. I have often referred to him as our version of
I like McCaffrey. How you very conveniently missed the 2 comments ahead of him, but that's
Isn't one of these people your brother? That doesn't count. You can't be like, hey fam, come in here and be on my side.
There are no rules. There are no rules.
Malik Washington, I felt like he'd be more involved post Tyreek, and he's getting higher snap counts, but in terms of like production, it hasn't been what I thought it would be. I really like Malik too. I think Malik has some talent, especially for a 6th round pick, but I definitely expect to see him more involved. Then again, our offense ain't thrown in the middle of the field, and I feel like that's where he thrives. So, we're having a bit of a situation there between coaching and Tua. Who else, man? There's got to be more people. I mean, Brooks has had the most up and down season I have ever seen in my life. This dude is either in the dumpster or on the freaking mountain, and there's no in between. Like, he's either hitting the guy in the hole for a loss of yards or getting smoked on the route up the sideline. And I'm like, whoa,
Brooks is not a coverage linebacker. There's no way, and this is a Weaver thing. You don't put Jalen Phillips or Brooks in covering number 2 wide receiver. You just don't do it. Right? That is a linebacker.
It's part of his job.
I understand that, but there are run heavy linebackers and there are coverage linebackers. And when you have 2 coverage linebackers sitting on the bench that you refuse to play, I can't put that all on Brooks. But yes, Brooks, I do think is a very good player. And Patrick Paul is another one. If we're talking about foundational pieces and bright spots on this team, Patrick Paul has been the sole bright spot on the offensive line.
David Long Jr. says hello. Yeah.
He who shall not be named.
David Long was fantastic. What are you talking about? Okay.
Yes, until he wasn't.
Big play Willie Gay still not getting on the field, guys. It's still not getting on the field.
That is criminal.
No idea what's happening. Why even sign the guy if you're not going to play him? Like, and we're not like we're not idiots. We know he's not like a superstar, or he may not even be a starting caliber, but at least rotate the guy in. You got KJ Britt out there. He's not starting caliber either. Get some rotation in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, let's quickly go through foundational pieces.
Yeah, I wanted to do that next. Like who would you absolutely want to keep, and
in
who
a
would
complete,
you,
in a complete, put them in the chat.
Yeah.
5, however many names, just list them. We'll go over them. But let me kick it to you, Anthony.
Yeah.
Let's go room by room, right?
Yeah.
Position by position, and tell me. I'll list off the position, and we'll talk about foundational pieces in that room. Quarterback. I don't think there are any.
None. No.
Running back.
I will say, back to the quarterback for a second.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind re-signing Zach Wilson to be a backup.
If that happens, cool. I'm indifferent about any of the quarterbacks on our team.
It's not a game changer to me. Running back, it's Achane. I like Ali. I like Jalen, but if they for some reason,
if you were the GM and you were looking at this roster and saying, okay, we can, irregardless, and it just worked out magically, you could keep whoever you wanted to and get rid of everyone else in the running back room. Who would you keep?
I'm keeping mostly anybody who's on a rookie deal. If I'm a new GM coming into the situation, like you need players on the field.
These are safe. Yep.
Yeah. So I think Quinn Ewers in the quarterback room.
Okay. Yep.
Whatever. The three running backs we have, I think is great. I think keep those.
See, I think Jalen Wright needs a new team for his own sake.
Well, for his own sake, but we're not. Yeah. I mean, I'm the GM.
I know. That's fair. That's fair. You're gonna take it. You're gonna like it.
Right. Yeah. Like I don't.
So running back room foundation.
And Ingold, I would keep Ingold.
Yes. Okay.
He's in the running back room, I think, technically.
Yep. Across the offensive line, there's only 2 players that I would keep.
The only one I like right now is Patrick Paul,
to
be honest with you.
Patrick Paul, Aaron Brewer, who I still think is a very good center for this scheme. But again, if we change schemes, which we probably will.
We're kind of in the middle of that. I think that's the problem with the offensive line. We got half power brawlers and half agile movers.
It's crazy.
But
I mean, so for me, Aaron Brewer, Savai and I, only because he's on a rookie deal. And Patrick Paul, who I think is has the potential to be one of the top 5, top 6 tackles in this league.
Agreed. Yeah.
Okay. What about wide receiver? Anyone you would keep?
I'm keeping Waddle.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I don't think he can move with. I don't know his contract well enough. I have to look at that.
It doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay.
In this scenario, it doesn't matter.
I mean, we need somebody to catch the ball. I'm going to keep Waddle, and I'm going to get a true one. I'm going to keep Malik.
So salty about that. Yeah. So we'll have 2 number ones. Okay.
I really want to see Taj more, but I don't care. I'm on the fence with Taj. He's in the rookie contract deal anyways. So
yeah. Okay. Defensive line. Any foundational pieces there? Yeah, we don't need to name rookies, right?
The rookies and Chop, who's on a rookie deal still. I think everybody else can go.
Okay. Cornerback room. I think we can all say no.
Cornerback room?
Yeah. Cater. I would probably want to keep Cater.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
If he, whatever. Safety, I would want to try to re-sign Minka. Everyone else can fuck off.
I'm trying to trade him before the deadline is what I'm trying to do.
I like it. Yeah. All right. So as you can see, we have some foundational pieces, but not that many.
I mean, like when we were doing our group chat and we had this conversation, I said the only 2 that I really even like on this team are Achane and Chop.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Some of these guys are going to be Hall of Famers too. I don't think it's moronic. Their play style is similar. Nobody's saying he's as good as Falk. He's just the play style is similar. All right. Before we get into legends and letdowns, which is where we talk about the guys who really performed well in this game and the guys who really did not do enough, let's get back to some of the comments. I don't think we have time to do all of them, so I'm just going to go through, pick my favorites here. Yep. Our bad D gave us 1 game with favorable distance credit due to punching in. How many extended long drives have we had? I don't think it's been that many. Not as many as we should. That's for sure. And we're not really great at taking advantage of getting when the defense finally gets a turnover. We're not great at capitalizing on
because that's when we go 3 and out. Yeah. There's no complimentary football being played anywhere on this team.
No. Lots of comments on the Achane comparison to Marshall Falk, which is
tons. Apparently, that's a hot topic.
Yeah, don't take it so seriously. It's okay. We're having a bad season. Have some fun. As of week 6, the Dolphins have only recorded 1 long scoring drive, 80-yard touchdown against the Jets. Yeah, and that's also our only win. So I don't think that's.
And True Fan came back and said that's not true.
That's not true. Sunday, that's true. With 0.4 seconds left, or 40 seconds left. Yeah, or was that PlayStation?
That was Madden.
Oh yeah, I know there's a lot of I know yous in this conversation here.
I know you.
Yeah, anybody who says to trade Achane now is absolutely nutso cuckoo bananas. He's our best player.
100%.
Yeah,
and why would you do that?
Even running backs
complete teardown.
And running backs aren't worth shit. You'd be lucky to get a second for him. Like, that's not worth it.
Yeah, you're not getting a second, no matter how good he is.
No. Patrick Paul. Yeah, we definitely have to see more out of Quinn. I don't think either backup quarterback looked good in the preseason. I know there's people in the chat that disagree with me. But, yeah, our backup quarterback situation is very much in flux. But everybody's is. I mean, the only team that's actually done well with a backup quarterback this year is the freaking 49ers. And suddenly he looked human on Sunday. Yeah. So let's get into our legends and letdowns. Thank you all so much for your comments. And do not flood this chat with Waddle as a wide receiver 1. I will delete them all. Hey-o. Let's go.
I'm just going to leave this up for the rest of the show.
So we're 1-1, though.
We're 2.
No, because your brother doesn't count.
No. Hey, you don't know him. You don't know my life.
Also, I'm pretty sure he rejected my trade in the fantasy league, so it's double he doesn't count. Yeah. And see, Jorge's on my side, so boom.
Okay, well, he felt bad. He felt bad.
He did. He may have. You're right.
Jorge's a nice guy.
Legends and letdowns.
Yes, the best.
All right.
The best segment in sports media history.
Some say it could be the best segment in sports media history. Probably not, though, but it could be.
We say all right. That's all that matters.
Let's start on a high note. Legends. We were just talking about this boy because he is a freaking legend for our team, at least. Marshall Faulk comparisons be damned. Devon Achane had 2 touchdowns. He's got relentless energy. He's the only guy on the field who looks like he's giving it 110% on every single play, which is funny. I use that because I hate that saying because what the fuck is 110%?
It's what Achane gives us.
Yeah, he is single-handedly keeping his Dolphins offense relevant.
Really is.
Like, he will take a hospital ball and go 15 yards for the touchdown. Yep. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's also single-handedly keeping me very relevant in Dynasty League, by the way. So go Achane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one of my legends is Jalen Waddle. I know it's a hot button topic between you and I. Irregardless of if I think he's a 1, you think he's a 2. I mean, he's proven that he can at least fill some of the void left by Hill. He's not a Hill replacement. I'm not delusional in thinking he's a top 5 wide receiver in this league. Right. However, I do think he serves as our number 1 wide receiver very well. And he does the things that a number 1 should do. It's not too big for him. Right. And that's what I was kind of afraid of. I was afraid that Waddle being a number 2 in this offense or a 1B or whatever the hell you want to call him, when he got thrust into you're going against the team's either number 2 cornerback with their number 1 safety blanketing or against their number 1 cornerback. What are you going to do? Are you going to shrink in the moment? And the fact that Waddle has come out now for 2 consecutive games, and when the ball is thrown to him outside of the one that slipped through his hands for an interception, he's shown that he can be competent with the ball. He can make moves and he can produce.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him pull that. I mean, this is a very ticky-tack, and it's not against him. But the bobble ball that ended up being a catch, I definitely would have liked to see him grab that sooner. Really happy he still caught it. That was the worst throw I've ever seen out of Tua, I think.
That was a fucking cool sequence of play.
Yeah. I mean, Waddle's literally running that play where you go out like a post in. Mm-hmm. He's running a post towards the center of the field. Tua throws it to the sideline, and somehow Waddle manages to get over there and catch it. Fantastic. Again, for those in the chat, I am not saying that I don't think Waddle is a good wide receiver.
That's what we all heard.
I do think he's a good wide receiver. I just don't think he's a 1. And what does that even mean? What's a 1 and a 2? It doesn't matter.
They're interchangeable.
The other legend we had here was Rasul Douglas. This seems to be the only guy in our secondary outside of Minka that is doing anything to perform.
Yes.
He had a forced fumble in this one, a pressure. He's playing with passion, probably because he wants to continue to play in this league, which is more than a lot of the other people on his team can say. You put a note in here. He looks like the only pro out there.
On the defensive side of the ball, and maybe I think I wrote this right after the game. So my apologies to Minka, who had a couple pass breakups and a couple seriously, insanely hit sticks on some of the players. But Rasul Douglas looked like he was a pro among boys, and has now a couple times this year. And for somebody that just kind of got signed randomly, somebody that you and I talked about in the offseason wanting us to maybe sign earlier so that he could grow with the team. It's a quasi breath of fresh air and an otherwise kind of stinky defensive room, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to be the number one corner on this team.
That is also a fair point. Maybe our standards are that low.
The standards are pretty low.
Yes.
Packers fans are laughing at us right now talking about, or is it Bills? I don't even know where he came from.
No, look at these assholes. Rasul Douglas was a bench player for us.
Yeah. I mean, if it was the Bills, your defense ain't looking so hot either, is it?
I mean, that's a fair point.
How's Michael Penix feeling over there? All right, let's move on to letdowns here. We have no right to talk shit about any other team, by the way.
We really don't.
Nope. Moving on to letdowns, of course, I am going to jump in. I'll steal the offensive line from you this time. Brewer, Borum, Savanea, penalties a freaking plenty. Again, sacks allowed, no pocket integrity. Not that Tua would know how to climb it anyways. Let me tell you, I know you're going to talk about him in a minute, but like the thing that drives me the most crazy about young quarterbacks, and I've mentioned this before, is when they do have a clean pocket and then they fold it themselves by running outside of the tackle. What are you doing? And we see Tua do that all the time. It drives me absolutely crazy.
Speaking of Tua, one of the letdowns, I shouldn't say my letdown, they are our collective letdowns.
Yeah, we did this collectively this week.
Yes. Tua was on the list. Right? I mean, I know he had a decent game for all intents and purposes, minus the 3 interceptions, which we've already admitted. Only one is really his fault.
Yeah.
However, it is a stat line on his stats, right? Yeah. However, what I won't overlook is his poor accuracy and seemingly zero leadership spark, if you want to call it, right? Where is the gravitas? Where is the grab your wide receivers and smack them on the helmet and say, all right, guys, we're going to go fucking do this. There isn't. It's like, okay, he just kind of huddle. He'd
rather go whine to the media than hold these guys accountable.
It seems like he's going through the motions, and that is what is concerning to me. I'm not saying that he is. I'm not in the huddle. I'm not in the meeting rooms. I have no idea what he's got going on in his life. He won't respond to my texts. No, I'm kidding.
I wonder why.
Yeah, right. It's just something where I wanted so badly to paint him in a positive light, because the last 2 games he's had relatively really good games.
It's been okay. Yeah.
It's just the accuracy is something that stands out because he is usually so accurate. That is what he is touted as. He's not the strongest, he's not the fastest, but he is one of the most accurate. Yeah. And it's concerning. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the big thing with him. There's no passion. At least when, Baker Mayfield was a very what do you call somebody who like divides a fan base, right?
Controversial.
Yeah, he was a very controversial player with the Browns and wherever he went afterwards. But Baker Mayfield has always played with passion. When he's out on that field, he is yelling at guys. He is pumping guys up. He always looks like he is excited to be on that field.
Giving it 110%.
110%. I can't even count on one hand how many times I've seen Tua be like that in the field.
Yeah.
And I get it. People have different personalities. That's fine. But show the want to win. You will have a 3 and out and then go on the sideline and be laughing with your buddies. Isn't this great? We're getting paid $50 million to suck. Like, it's awful. The whole thing is bad. Yeah.
Yep.
By the way, we didn't put them. We put that as an honorable mention somehow, but the defense is definitely on the letdowns. Yeah. I mean, they lost the game, and we've talked plenty about them, so there's no need to go more into it. But the special teams and the defense, you let up the kick return to the 40-yard line, and then Jalen Phillips misses the sack on Herbert, which I get it. Herbert's a big guy, but you're right there. You're wide open. And not only that, you push Chop Robinson out of the way to get to the quarterback.
When I slowed it down and when I was rewatching the film and looking at the tape, and I slowed it down and did it like at quarter
frame
speed,
by frame.
It was hilarious.
He pushes Chop out of the way to get to the quarterback, misses the sack. Herbert gets it to McConkey on a 2-yard out, and then McConkey makes trade or miss and runs the ball 30-something yards down the field, and then puts their amazing kicker, who's only missed like 5 times in his entire career, in perfect position to win the game. The defense and the special teams absolutely deserve to be on this list. And then our last one I'll throw to you because you've talked about him a lot. I've talked about him a lot. Let's just mention him again one more time to the people out in the back.
Yeah, let me say it louder for the people that can't hear me. Mike McDaniel. Yeah, his predictable play calling is atrocious because when I can sit on the couch and text you, hey, here's what the next play is going to be, and it's that play, there's a problem. I do not pretend to be a football wizard. I'm a film guru. I study football. I study plays. I do research, and I talk shit about people on a podcast. But the fact that I can see how a play is going to develop is concerning. And it's just the wasted timeouts, the poor decisions to challenge, the not being able to get the plays in on time. There's just so much that is wrong with Mike McDaniel. There's a lot of things that I liked about Mike McDaniel, all of which are slowly going down the drain.
Yeah, 150%, whatever that means.
Hey.
All right, so that's the end of our takeaways. You let us know. We're going to close out here in a second. So after the show, let us know in the comments who your
gotta hit the chat.
were.
There's some really good stuff before we log out, though.
Yes. Who were your letdowns? Who were your legends? Let us know. We'll get to the chat and then we'll sign off here. Taylor says he thinks Jordan Phillips deserves a shout out. He's been really solid on a bad defensive line. And Grant did get a sack in this one, his first sack as a pro. So
yes,
nice shout outs there. Taylor
and Kenneth Grant both got their first sacks.
That's what he says. Kenneth Grant. Yep. Good on Grant.
Oh, I knew that. I was just testing you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is great. We could definitely be starting corners for sure. For sure. True Finn fans on the number one Waddle being a one train.
That's because he and I go way back. No, I'm
kidding.
I
thought we were buddies, but I guess not. I guess not. Never been on a 1-5 team. Got to change it. maybe pick somebody else to watch for a little while. Yeah, go watch some playoff baseball. That is probably more entertaining than what we get to watch.
I'm also a Heat fan and a Inter Miami fan, so at least Inter Miami's doing well.
There you go. It probably was his only tackle all day. He's a defensive tackle. I mean, we give kind of some slack, Abel. Jesus. Yeah. We got to find silver linings in this very, very tiny silver vein. Yep. Okay? It's microscopic. We're just looking for it.
Yep. And here's Jorge's kind of foundational pieces, I presume.
Yes.
That he would keep.
Jorge really likes Quinn Ewers. We have to sit down, Jorge, and have a one-on-one conversation or two-on-one conversation.
Maybe you can come on the show or we can come on yours.
Yeah. Let us know what you saw in Quinn Ewers that we're missing. All right. Achane, of course, Ali Jr., Waddle in Washington, Storm Duck. I forgot about Storm Duck. I like him. At least he has some dog in him.
He has a historically good football name, at least.
That too. Fitzpatrick and, of course, Chop. There we go. No. He says, no, we need some accountability. The coaches need accountability. We're just fans. We just need to find the silver linings.
No, we don't believe in accountability, but we hold them accountable.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I gotta find all the names in here to shout out. There's a lot of new people today, and I appreciate you guys so much.
We appreciate you so much more than you'll ever know.
Yeah, Jorge, thank you, and Abel, thank you for stopping by again. Frozen Finn fan was in for a second, and so was Balaka. I think they bounced after a bit, but if you're still here, we love you. Thank you so much for joining us. Abel, I think I just already called you out, but I'm going to call you out again. Thank you so much. Greg Sosa, Dave 34573, Happy Evelyn, thank you so much for joining us. Let me see. Lo-Fi Anime joined us again. Thank you so much. Delusional Finn fan, thank you so much. True Blazer found us. Thank you, True Blazer. And then, of course, our boy from the Finns Forecast supported us over there, follows us over here. He finally found us. It only took till week 6. True Finns fan, thanks so much for finding us, bud, and hopping in here.
Yeah, appreciate you always
joining us on the show. We appreciate all of you guys so much. This was our best chat to date.
Yes, it was.
And I'll be honest, Josh and I talk after every show, and we're like, what was your favorite thing about the show? It's always the chat. It's always the chat. You guys keep it fun. So normally I would say, hey, we'll be back on Wednesday to talk about the preview of the show. But actually, we'll be back tomorrow to talk about the preview of the Cleveland Browns game. Maybe we can get a second win. I don't know. Maybe. It's exciting. Maybe a second win.
Hey,
holy crap.
Crazier things have happened.
Crazier things have happened. Please like and subscribe. By the way, our schedule is Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern and Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. On Mondays, we talk reaction to the Dolphins game. On Wednesday, we preview the upcoming loss, aka game.
We're so jaded.
And that's the schedule for the entire in-season. We don't know our off-season schedule yet, but it doesn't matter yet.
Yes.
I know everybody's ready for off-season. We're not there yet.
Yes. And please, we were remiss to not mention it earlier. Jorge has an amazing show.
Yes.
Frozen Finn fan has an amazing show. Yeah. We try to support all of the kind of smaller channels, so please make sure to go check them out. Go like and subscribe. They're in the chat. They are amazing guys with amazing content, and truly they deserve a like and a follow as well.
And to that point, if you're joining us because you also have a YouTube channel or whatever, and you want to connect, let us know. We will go on a show. We'll have you on a show. It does not matter. We will collaborate as much as 100%. You want to.
100%.
As much as you can stand us.
Yes.
We will collaborate.
We like to hear ourselves talk.
I love it. It's all I want to do. Just talking to a mic all day.
Hilarious.
All right. Once again, if you liked what you heard tonight, smash the like button, smash the subscribe, hit the little bell thingy if you want to get notifications as to when we are going live. And thank you so much for joining us tonight on this reaction show to the Dolphins' 29-27 loss to the LA Chargers that we should have definitely won.
Yes.
But we didn't. So tomorrow night, we're talking preview, Cleveland Browns versus Miami Dolphins. This is a game everybody's going to be watching, right?
So excited. It's going to be national news.
Pumped. I'm surprised they didn't flex this into Sunday Night Football.
Dylan Gabriel to the top tier quarterback. I can't even.
Who's the better lefty?
Anyways,
is Gabriel lefty? I don't even know. All right, that's enough out of us. On behalf of Josh, aka Aqua Ace, over there to my left, I am Anthony Pinzone. This has been another episode of the 305 Gridiron. Thank you so much for joining us. And until tomorrow, fins up, everyone.